everyone, welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. So we are back in Newcrest working on my save file once again, and we are on a 40 by 30 lot building this beautiful all base game family home for a family of 4. So I imagine it was just a set of parents, a teenage boy, and a little girl. So this house is 1 story. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and 2 half baths. So I absolutely loved how this floor plan turned out. It's just so cute, and I feel like base game is really popular at the moment. So I figured I'd share this with you guys. And I actually built this home back in early January, I think, for a collab I was doing over on Instagram. And I realized I never did a speed build for it, and I don't know why. So I sat down today and decided to just, do a speed build and share this beautiful home with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy. So like I said, it's 3 bedrooms. There is an office with a half bath. There's also a little exercise room that bumps off the living room leading to the garage. And then there is a garage area. And the garage is actually very big for what I would have liked, but you can always turn that into an extra bedroom or a skills room, or whatever you wanted to turn it into. But I just left it as a garage. I think I put a car in there, and there's like a easel and a work table. So right now I'm just working on the roof. I didn't want to cut this part completely out, just because if I was to cut it out, you wouldn't see how I would have got to the final product. So I ended up just leaving it in here. I did speed it up quite a bit, so hopefully you guys can still see exactly what I was doing. But I don't know why, but I did struggle with the roof. There was probably a easier way to do the roof, but everybody struggles a little bit, right? So going around with the wallpaper, I did choose this. It's like a beige color, just very simple, along with this little darker brick. And then going around, I did use black windows all around. There is the black door out front, and then all the doors inside too are black. So I start off in the build, which you will see, with very light neutral colors, but then when I get, I think, into the parents' room, it is like all brown. I don't know why I didn't stick with the neutral colors, but it is all brown, but it still turned out super, super cute. So right now I'm just working on the outside landscaping, just trying to figure out where I want everything to go. Like I said, I am referencing this from a picture that I did back in January. So it is kind of stop and go at some points, but I tried to do my best to kind of cut all the slow moments out. So yeah. The front yard, there is nothing really to the front yard, just some landscaping. There's a tree and some bushes, and then of course flowers all by the front of the house. And in the backyard, there is a little fenced off like sandbox area. There's a toy box, a castle, and some monkey bars. And then I also ended up adding a pool with a sitting area, and I did end up using the rounded pool. The rounded pool tool, I'm absolutely obsessed with how those look, so switched it up. I didn't want to do just the regular square, so ended up doing that. So just working on the landscaping out front. As you can see, I did use pink flowers for the window. I did try to keep pink tones throughout the landscaping, so maybe I overdid the pink a little. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below, but I try to choose very simple flowers, nothing too just flashy or full. So I ended up using these ferns, and then these pink bushes, and then the little white patches, I think those are daisies. So I ended up putting those over there. And then I think for the other side landscaping, I think I use those same daisies, but with a different bunch of pink flowers. So, and I also put in these bird baths. I put one in the center, and then one over here by that tree that I just placed. And then in front of the garage door, I do add a vehicle out there, and then I add some trash bins and then just some more landscaping to take up some room. You could always like add a seating area out here, or I don't know, a swing set. I just feel like with base game, we're kind of limited on the things like outside play things, if that makes sense. But I just decided to keep it kind of simple in the front yard, so I didn't add too much, but there's always that option if you download this and play it. It is on the gallery. There is 2 versions on the gallery, the one that I'm redoing now and then the one that I originally did back in January. So there's a few differences, but not too much. But yeah, still working on some landscaping. And for the fence, I just used that simple white fence, and paired with the brown gate. Nothing too fancy, but I love how it turned out. I feel like the white really went with the black and the beige of this house. So just going around adding some lights out front to give it some lighting. And then I ended up using these little, I don't even know what these are, these little bump out things on the roof. I just feel like it gave like so much extra detail to the build. So I add those there, and then I don't think I added them to the roofing in the back. I might have, but I honestly can't remember. But yeah, moving on to the backyard, I'm just adding another little flower box over there. And then this is the little fenced in play area for the little girl, or, you know, she has friends or whatever over. So nothing too simple. I do end up using this. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the sandy castle building terrain paint. I think they can build sand castles in this. So added that there, and then the monkey bars. I cannot talk today, y'all. Monkey bars, and then add a toy box and a little castle for her to play with. And I do go back in, I can't remember if I do it right now, but I do go back in and add some landscaping to this little area because I just felt like it was too plain. So you will see me do that in just a little bit, if not right now. But moving over to the little pool area, I just add this hot tub to give your Sims something extra to do. And then I go around and use terrain paint. You could use tile. And I think in my previous one I did use tile, but I just felt like using terrain paint here. So kind of just outlining where I kind of want, I don't know, like the backyard hangout spot, I guess, to be. So I just used terrain paint for that. And then over here, I wanted to do like a cute little walking path to the little hangout area. So add these stepping stones, and then add just some, once again, very simple flowers that I used in the front yard. I pull those to the backyard as well. So as far as that goes, that is all for that part. And then over on the other side of the pool, I add some chairs, or these little lounge chairs, and a table. And I don't really add anything else right there. Like I said, I wanted to keep it kind of simple, not too cluttered on the outside. The inside is definitely not cluttered at all. But I just feel like with modern houses especially, they're not really cluttered, or maybe it's just me. I just feel like they look not so modern cluttered, if that makes sense. So I did keep it pretty simple on the inside. But for this outside sitting area, adding these chairs and this table, and then adding a barbecue pit, so your Sims can come out here and cook and hang out by the pool. With it being summertime, you know, it's always so fun to go outside, and then having, you know, hamburgers and hot dogs after you get done swimming. So added that there. And then I am just landscaping some around in this play area, like I said. And yeah, I think for the play area, that's all I did. And then adding some windows over here and another light. And then this area right here, I wasn't going to bring this over from my original build, but there was nothing out here on this side, and I didn't want it to be plain, so I decided to do a little garden area for the mother. So I had some planter boxes, and I ended up using that archway with the pink flowers on it. I felt like it really pulled in the other pink flowers in the yard. But yeah, that's all I did for out there. Added some, you know, just basic garden like supplies that you would need. So moving on into the inside of the house, working on the floor plan. I do end up finishing this floor plan and then adding wallpaper and getting ready to start decorating, and then I forgot like 4 or 5 rooms, so you will see me go back and add those in just a second. So if you are following along, don't worry, that big floor plan right there, I do add some rooms. But yeah, as far as the flooring and wallpaper go, I did end up choosing this flooring right here. It's just a very pretty light tan floor. I think this has to be one of my favorite floor or wooden floor pieces from base game. I feel like I use this flooring a lot. But yeah, moving on into the kitchen area, I am using these what are they called, spandrels. I am using that to kind of like separate the living room and the kitchen and the dining room. You could just leave it open, but I feel like it gave a little extra more detail, so I decided to do that. And then the room with the door on it, the diagonal, that ends up being a pantry, and I do think I'll come back and decorate that after I do another room, but I wanted to make it like a pantry area, or I even put like the wine bottles in there. Maybe it's like their liquor cabinet also. So it turned out really cute, very simple but very cute. So just going around with these white cabinets. I was gonna put cabinets on top of these, but I just felt like it was way too much, so I ended up just deleting those and leaving it like it is. Sometimes with like the medium wall height, I feel like it's too much wall in between the cabinets and the roof, and you could raise those up like one more, but I don't know, I just feel like it looks so funny. But I just ended up leaving it like that. You can always add, like I said, more cabinets if you want. But for the kitchen, I did end up using this island right there to give a little more room in the kitchen. You could always put another table in there, but since I put a table in the dining room, I didn't want to put another table in the kitchen, so I did the little island thing and put the kitchen sink and then some bar stools in case, you know, the teenager wants to come study at the bar in the kitchen, or they just want to hang out while mom's cooking, or, you know, whatever, they have that. So moving on to the dining room, yet again, very simple. I did end up using these black chairs and this colored rug just to give it some more color in here. And then I add those plants, 2 plants on each side by the door. And then I'm just cluttering this little shelf up over here. I end up using this Mind box. I put the wine rack and this cookie jar and some paper towels. And I used the debug like margarita cups. I put those, not margarita, martini, the little drinks with the umbrellas, with the, I don't know, the shorter circular cups. You'll see them in a second. I think they're martini glasses. I put those over there, you know, in case they want to drink their wine. They can drink it out of that. So, and then I just put a trash can right here. And then earlier you see me add like a, I guess like a more modern china cabinet looking thing. Added that over there to take up some space in that corner. And yeah, moving on to the living room. I did not add a TV in the living room, and I did that intentionally. You could always add a TV in here if you want, but I just wanted to keep it as more of like a family space. They can come in here, they can hang out, no electronics, they can just talk about their day or whatever. So I didn't add a TV in here, but I think there is a TV, I know for sure, in the exercise room, the parents' room, and then there is a computer in the teenage boys' room. So there are some TVs in the house that your Sims could watch, but just for the sake of this build, I wanted to not put a TV in the living room. So yeah, right now I'm just working on the little fireplace area. I did end up using this fireplace, and then I added these mirrors behind just to give it, I don't know, I just really like the look of the mirrors behind the fireplace. And normally I add TVs above the fireplace, but I decided to switch it up and just add these mirrors right here, and then going around adding some clutter to it. I did also add some lighting above the fireplace also. And then along this wall, I added a chess table just to give your Sims something else to do. And then on the other side, I put a little seating area with a bookshelf, which you will see me add in just a second. I was originally going to do the concept where you raise the flooring up, you use a half wall, and then you like level the wall with the seating, but I don't know, for some reason it was not clicking with me how to do it. I think I was supposed to add a higher half wall, but I decided to scratch it and just put it on the floor. So I add 2 of those there, and this little bookshelf, I do clutter this little bookshelf up just a little with this lamp, and then those stackable baskets. All-time favorite clutter item are these baskets right here, and they're base game. So right now you do see me kind of go back and forth. I wanted to add a plant there, but I couldn't find one small enough to fit right there. So I added another bench, and then I add a picture over here. And then moving on to the entryway, I was trying to find the shelf with like the hanging jackets, but I don't think base game has one, or if it does, I was overlooking it, but that's what I was going to put right there. But I ended up just adding that bookshelf, a plant, and then the clothes rack right there to give it something. I wasn't going to put anything in the entryway, but I didn't want it to be just nothing when you walked in, you know what I mean? So I added those over there. And then moving on into the office area, I don't know why, but this is my favorite room in the build. Very simple again, but I just start off with this desk, and then I added those planners over there. In the original house that I did, I ended up using base game debug like planner boxes, and then I chose some outside shrubs, shrunk them down, and raised them up and put them in there. I think they were maybe like a pink color, but I didn't want to do that here, so I ended up just adding something that was already in a planner box, and then cluttering the table up. I did add a little corkboard area with the postcards, and then on the other side I added like a little bulletin board just so they can keep up with their activities or whatnot. And then on this side over here, I added another bookshelf with some chairs and a lamp, and then I do diagonal a chair to the desk, so maybe it's like somebody's just sitting on the other side of the desk. I've never done that, but I don't know, I felt like it was kind of cute. So adding a little coat and a hat over here, and then that is all for this room. I do end up using tool mod quite a bit in this build, again, just sizing up things. But moving on to this little half bath over here, I think in the original floor plan this was originally a closet, but I just figured if your Sims worked from home or something, they would have easy access to a bathroom over here. That way they wouldn't have to walk all the way across the house. They would just have this little room right here. So it's not much, it's just a sink and a toilet and a mirror, and I clutter the shelves up just a little, but once again, not too much clutter. It's just a simple bathroom. So I'm going to finish this bathroom up, and I will see you guys, I think, in the pantry. So moving on to the pantry, I ended up just bringing those same kitchen counters in here, and then I added a trash can, and I cluttered the shelves up some more. I do end up adding top counters also, and I normally don't do pantries in my builds, but I wanted to just do this. First off, it takes more space, and I just think it's a really cool idea. I feel like every home has a pantry anyway, maybe not this big, but I just wanted to give it a shot and see what I came up with. So I just ended up using that stand-up counter or the stand-up cabinet just to take up some more space over there, and then adding some counters over here. I do add a wall decal of the little fork and spoon. I thought it was so cute, so I added that there. And I think I go back and add a rug off camera, I think. I'm not quite sure, but this is the full bath in the hallway. This is the only full bath that all your Sims could get to. The other one is in the parents' room, but this one is a bathtub combo. And then I just use these darker cabinets. I really like these base game cabinets. I feel like they're more maybe of like an industrial style, but I don't know, they're really cute to me. So I decided to use those. I think in every bathroom I use these counters, but just cluttering it up some with some tissue and this little, I think it's, no, that's not debug, the baby wipes. I think that came with the when we got the update for like the baby items. I think it came with that. And then a little basket with just some like soaps and bath things. So moving on to this little hallway area, I didn't do much for this either. I added a rug, and then in this corner over here I put a bookshelf and a lamp, and then in the other corner I just add a plant because why not? Plants look good in every corner, right? But yeah, just add a picture over here. I don't know, I really feel like you could probably do more with this space than what I did, but it's just what I liked, so I just went with it. So moving on to the teenage boys room, I ended up using or playing around with the platform tools. So in his room, well, I guess in all the bedrooms, there is some kind of platform manipulation going on. So I just feel like it gives some more dimension to the room anyway, instead of it being one flat room. When in reality, I don't think rooms have the platforms in them at all. But I decided to bump this little platform up and make it into a little study area for him. So I add a computer, there is a clock over here, posters all on the wall, and I ended up putting a backpack over here, and then I just cluttered the desk up some, and just, I don't know, it gave me like I would so want to do my homework in this little cozy comfy area. So I guess that's just what I was trying to go for. Somewhere alone he can go, you know, it's in his room, he can just chill out, listen to music, play games, you know, whatever he wants to do. He's a teenage boy, so I feel like he's probably not doing homework. I know my brother, when he was in high school, I don't think he ever did his homework, but maybe that's just boys in general. I personally loved school. I loved college. I don't know, I was just all into it. So, but anyways, moving on over here, I did end up using this little dresser, and then the pile of things beside the dresser, I think that's like old used computer parts or something. Maybe he likes to rebuild computers or work on computers in his spare time. So add that over there. And then over in this little area, I ended up adding 3 different frog tanks. Maybe those are his pets, or maybe they're the school pets. I know some schools, well, I don't know if they still do it, but they would have like hamsters or something. And then if you were like the star student or something, you would get to take that home and just take care of the pet, you know, for a day or a night or something. So I add that over there, and then on the other wall I just added some pictures. And moving on to the little girl's room, I tried to make her room very girly, very pink, and absolutely loved how it turned out. So once again, using the platforms, I did raise the first foundation up 3 times and then the other one a 4th time, just to give it some more dimension, I guess. So just going around trying to figure out where I want to put the bed. I was gonna put it there, but I'm not sure your Sims could still get to it. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to, but I just put it over here, and then the other bump up I ended up putting like a little play area. There's a bookshelf, there is an art table, and I changed the wallpaper to this little flower texture wallpaper. And this reminds me of Monsters Inc. off of Boo's door. She has like flowers on her door. That's what that wallpaper reminds me of. But on this wall over here, I'm just adding this little wall decor with the balloons, and then these shelves over here. The one with the caterpillar on it, I do end up moving that one because I realized I didn't put a dresser in her room. So I do end up moving this one over by the art table, which you will see me do in just a little bit. But just cluttering these shelves up a little. Put books on one, and then a teddy bear with that little flower. And then this is her little play area, the art table, and the bookshelf. But yeah, I go around adding these wall decor, more things to her walls, and I add a picture over there. And then that's pretty much it for hers. Like I said, very simple, but I feel like it's a very girly room. And like I've said earlier, just base game, I feel like we're just really limited with the items, but base game's popular, and if you're anything like me, I struggled, especially starting out with base game. So, if this build can help anybody, or, if y'all like it too, then I've done my job. But moving on to the parents' room, I did use a platform once again in here. I just raised it up once so your Sims can still get to it without using steps. But I just add a bed and some tables. And then their room is rather big. You could probably shrink this down just because of the things I put in here. There's still a lot of space in here, but I don't know. I still like how it turned out, and I like that it's not so cluttered. There's still a lot of open space. So above their bed, I just added a picture and then some lamps in case they want to turn the lights off and they still want to see they have those lamps above their bed. And this door right here leads to their bathroom and their closet. And then I do a mirror over here, and then in between the doors I do a table and a TV, because I didn't want there to be no TV in the house. So I did put a TV in their room, and like I said, there's one in the exercise room also. But adding this little shelf over here and add a rug. I was going to put an ottoman at the end of the bed, but there was still so much space, so I just figured to do this cute little seating area, and then I add this shelf over here and just clutter it up some more. So it's not too much, but I feel like it's enough. So I'm going to finish cluttering this up. So on to their bathroom, I ended up doing the shower and the bathtub in the separate room off to the left, and then in this big centerpiece I just ended up doing the sinks, and I add a rug, and I want to say those stand-up bathroom cabinets on the opposite side of the doors. And then off to the right side, in the lower right hand side, that ends up being their closet. But I feel like master bathrooms, especially these days, the sinks and everything are not in the same room as the bathtub and shower. So I wanted to do that here, switch it up, just do a little something different. So that was the little sink area, and then over here is the bathroom, or the shower and the tub area. Ended up going with this bathtub right here, the little jacuzzi bathtub, and put the toilet beside it. And then on that side, I just put the shower right here and some curtains, and I absolutely love how this turned out. You could probably also shrink this room right here down because it is kind of big, and I feel like I could have shrunk it down at least a little more. That way it wasn't so much open floor, but I don't know. Here we are. This is what we went with. So above the jacuzzi, I did add some pictures, and then I put the little laundry basket over here. I really wish base game had washers and dryers, so you didn't have to purchase laundry day to play. They gave us laundry baskets. Why didn't they give us a washer and a dryer? But it's The Sims, who really knows? So I add that there, and then moving on to their closet, I could have added a just plain up stand up dresser, but I decided to use the wall hangs with the clothes and the baskets and the shoes, just to give it, because the hangers above them, they have those boxes and stuff, so it gives a little more clutter without actually having to clutter it up. So put that over there, and then this little table, I just added a lamp and a flower, and then I do end up using this cubicle right here just to take up a little more space, just to put something over there. You absolutely don't have to put that there. You could leave it just as it is, but this is the half bath in the hallway. And I just realized now that I don't think I recorded me doing the exercise room, but you will see when I go to the garage, you will kind of see the exercise room. I just added a treadmill and like a weightlifting thing. I put a stereo and then a TV in there. Just if they're working out and they want to watch TV or listen to the radio, they have both options. So you will see some of that once I get into the garage. But this little sitting area, or this little area right here, this is in between the kids' rooms. I just added a mirror and this little table and then put some clutter on it. Like I said, you absolutely can leave that blank, bare. You don't have to add anything right there, but I just wanted to put something there, so I added that table there. So the garage area, like I said, a craftsman table and an art easel, and I add a dartboard in here also, so it's not too much, but yeah, give your Sims a little something extra to do, right? But this is all I have for you today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and as always, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It helps me out so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.